Hey you guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Lone Star Chick Plants and we are back with another video. In today's video we're going to be doing my mom aka Gramsie's May budget. We're a little bit late with this budget. We're kind of like halfway through the month already. So we'll have a lot of updates for you guys, but basically we're late with this video because we just been lifing and a lot of stuff has been going on and we just haven't had time to get together and review the budget for this month. So here we are. It's the 15th, the day that I'm recording this, and we are finally ready to do this video for the month of May. So hopefully you guys will stay tuned and let's see how May ends. But right now, this month, we are starting with, as you can see, $83.98 of rollover from April. So far she has made a little bit of extra side hustle income this month from her website. So thank you to the people that have bought something from her. And if you're interested, I'll link her shop in the description below. And you guys can check out. She does like embroidery crafts and things for all seasons and different things. So baby blankets, she can do earrings and little wall hangings and just all kinds of stuff. So if you guys are interested in that, please check her store out. And any sales are much greatly appreciated and needed right now, so we're trying to get moving on this thing. And so far she's managed to make a little bit of income this month, about $115 over the past few weeks. So that has been great because she definitely needed that money to put that back into her budget for some spending that she has done. So that's where we are right now with that. So she did get her Social Security. And if you guys remember, last month was the first month that her Social Security got cut. $135 for the next few years. And so instead of getting $13.34 a month, she's now getting $11.99 a month. And that is going to be for the foreseeable future. I don't even know when that ends. I need to ask her so I can update you guys. But for now, that ends who knows when. So we're working with about $1,200. She gets her TRS pension at the end of the month. So usually that is what we pay all her variable spending with. So we try to keep this $390. Like that's the max for her variable spending. We try to keep that below that so that we make sure we have enough. If we're exceeding that number, then that means we are out of money, you guys. So we cannot do that. For the next line item, so she does get an allowance from her savings account. It's kind of a little bit of 4 years ago my dad passed and we sold her house, so a little bit of the proceeds is what she has in savings, which we are really trying to not touch and really trying to do our best to make this last. But due to the situation, she needs to have some savings so that she can do the things that she needs to do and pay her bills and live, because $1,200 plus $390 just isn't enough. So she decided that about $150 is what she would need to survive and complete the month. So we are drawing $150 out of that pot. So God forbid something does happen, she's getting that $150 a month. So if that were to go away, then things would really probably be tough. So we're hoping that doesn't happen, and God willing, that won't ever be an issue. But that is where, if you guys are wondering where that money is coming from, it is coming from a savings account that we have, high yield savings account. So if you guys are not familiar with Wealthfront, you can check it out. I have the link in the description below. So Wealthfront is a high yield savings. So the money that she has in there is gaining a little bit of interest every month. So it's also helping offset the money that is coming out. So it's kind of helping the fact that we're taking money out every month. So but it is what it is. So we're just working with what we have and trying to just only get the minimum that we need to survive. So month ahead, this deposit right here is money that was saved in the month of April to pay May's bills. She is a month ahead on rent, her utilities. That includes like her apartment utilities, and then that includes her electric bill separately, her internet bill, and her car wash subscription. So that includes all of those things. She is a month ahead on everything. So those are her bills. Those are her only bills. So that is what she is a month ahead on. So that money every month, so like this month, the money that she gets in for income in May from her Social Security, we basically pull that out in cash, save it to the side, and we use that to pay June's bills. So last month in April, we set money aside from her Social Security at the beginning of the month. We took that money out, we saved it all month long, and then at the end of April, we deposited that money to pay May's bills. So that's how we were able to get a month ahead. Part of it she already had in her bank account as a buffer, and then part of it we made up with money that she had as a buffer in her bank account separately. So I think at the time when we started this in January, February, she only was a month ahead on rent. So we got her caught up with all of the money that she had in her as a buffer in her checking account. She actually had enough to complete the rest of her bills. So we went ahead and made them whole, got them completed, and then now every month going forward, she is a month ahead on bills. So that deposit is what that is from. It's not extra money that came from somewhere. That is money that was saved from April's income to pay May's bills. So this is just us depositing that money to pay May's bills that you see below here. This business sale, this was income from, you know, the sales that she made so far in the month of May. So we're doing good there. Any little bit helps. Interest, she made a penny in April for some interest. So this month for sinking funds, we took out $202, and then month ahead, this is $11.47, and this is going to be for next month's bills. So 202 for sinking funds. Let's see what that was. So 202 is $6 for renter's insurance. So this is going to renew next March. We took out $108 for car insurance. That's also due next March. We took out $14 for car registration, which I believe this is due in August. We are setting aside money for co-pays for doctor visits, for the future doctor visits that she'll be having. So that's $20 that we saved this month. She does get a couple of prescriptions, but they're very inexpensive. So we only need to save a couple dollars every month. She is saving $25 for gifts, and that is for anything, whether she wants to make someone something or she wants to buy someone something. She's setting aside $25 a month for future gifts. She is setting aside $17 per month for printer ink. This also is kind of half of a business expense, half personal. So we found out what the cost of the ink was, and then we looked at how often she's ordering, and we divided that by however many months, and that turned out to be $17 a month is about an average of how long, you know, it would take us to need to order again. So it put us at saving about $17 a month for it. So that's kind of how we got that number. This Google one, this is for kind of like Apple storage or iPhone storage. So this is like extra storage for our Google, where we have Samsung phones, so we're Google based. We don't have Apple products. So this is to basically give us more storage in our Google Drive and our Google Photos for backing up data. This $8 right here that we're saving is for McAfee, for virus software that she wants to get in the next coming months. So that is the total of $202. Now for month ahead, so this is going to be money that we're saving for the month of June. And that's rent is $877. That doesn't change. Utilities are variable. So what we are doing is we are saving a flat rate of $125 a month. And then come in June, we only pull what we need, which we know going forward is going to be $63 a month. So going forward, we may not need to save as much, but what we also did was oh, this is for utilities. I'm sorry, let me back up. So utilities, so this is her water, trash, pest control, and I forgot what else. Water, gas, trash, and pest control. So that's what this amount is, and the highest amount that she's ever paid so far was $125 in a month. So we decided let's save $125 a month just to be on the safe side, and over time that will build a buffer so that going forward in the future she should always have a little bit extra there to put in her utilities, for her utility bills. Hopefully we'll never be short. So we're just going to consistently save $125 a month. And then, of course, once the bill comes, we'll know exactly how much we need to deposit. And we will only deposit what we need to cover that bill. We will not deposit the whole $125. We want to save that for future months when the bill is a little bit higher. And then hopefully we will be able to save that money when the bill is a little bit lower. So right now, it looks like as of this month, we had $22 as a little buffer in there. So depending on what the bill comes out to be, we would have 22 plus 125 would give us 147 for June. So I don't think the bill will be $147, but stranger things have happened. So right now, as it sits, we would have $147 for any bill that would come in June. So hopefully that would be more than enough, and then we would be left with a little bit of a buffer for July. So that's how that's working for us. So electric. So last month in April, we were able to get her on the balance billing for her light bill. And so that came out to be $63 a month for her. So we're just going to save a flat $75 per month and kind of do the same thing. Let that build up a little bit of a buffer, because they said, I think for her will be a year. So once the year is up, then they'll reevaluate and they'll send her like a true up statement. So right now, as of the end of April, or actually May's bill, she's showing a credit balance of $34.89. So that means her usage, her actual bill, if she would have been billed directly, her actual bill amount is $34 less than what she has paid in. So she actually is building a credit here. So it could be that if she consistently has a lower amount on her bill, but she's been paying more, this credit will keep building, and then eventually at the end of the year, she may have a credit back to her account for the next month. So she may not even have to pay 1 month, so we'll see how that goes, but this is where we're going to keep track of that. So every month she'll look at the bill and see what's the new amount, so that we know going forward how much we need to be saving if we need to adjust this amount. But right now, as it sits with what we're going to save this month, she has $290 built up in this fund. So that is amazing, because if you divide that 290 divided by 75, she's actually almost 4 months worth of saving in there. So her bill right now is consistently $63. So if you divide that bill, 290 divided by 63, she actually has over 4 months worth of electric bills saved up so far. So we actually could not save this money for a few months and she would still be okay. So, and we may do that because money is super tight this month and next month. So we may discuss that and maybe, review that option and see if we can do that so that she can have some of this money back into her budget for expenses and stuff. So, this is what saving a little bit every month does. It builds up. It, before you even know it and realize, you have 4 months, for over 4 months of month ahead bills that you could have potentially. So this is the benefit of that saving. So this is, definitely great. So we're going to keep track of this amount. We're going to keep seeing how that trends and tracks, and we'll just keep updating it every month until the year is over. So that would be like next April. Internet is always the same. That's $50. So most of these are pretty much the same every month. Her car wash is also $20. So that is how that's going to work. And so really her utilities and her electric bills are really the only ones that are variable that we're saving a little bit extra for. So those amounts are changing. As far as her rent, her internet, and her car wash goes, those amounts always stay the same. So there's no need to really save a little extra. So we are right now not in a position to save a little extra. So we're not on those specific things. But for these ones that are so variable most of the time, we did, because we weren't sure how the month would go. So we just wanted to be safe. So we'll go back to the budget. So that's month ahead and sinking funds. That's what we saved. So this will be for, obviously sinking funds will be for the future, but month ahead will be for June. And I put notes on here for her so that she would know what's what, so that she could get used to doing the budget herself. So she has actually come into this budget and tweaked the numbers and updated and put in her transactions. She is definitely very much involved in this process, and she just she's loving it. She's definitely never had something like this before, so she's definitely been very grateful and just excited about it, because she can really see where her money is going and where her money is at. So that's, super great. So this section here, bills, this is for the current month. So that's future month. This is current month. So the reason why we need to make sure that we account for this deposit is because if we didn't, we would be putting money here and taking money out here. And then in our budget, we wouldn't have any money to pay these bills. So in order to keep all that straight, we need to include this money that we're depositing into the bank, because this is actually the money we're using to pay this. And then this money is what is being saved from this. So hopefully that makes sense. So it may look like we're counting bills twice, but we are not. So for May, rent was $877. That came in on target. Utilities came in at $112.66. Electric is a flat $63 going forward, so that is great. Internet is $50. That doesn't change. And she did tithe for $165, and car wash subscription came out at, it hasn't come out yet, but it should be coming out in the next couple of days, and that should be $20. So we'll see how that tracks. For variable expenses, and as you can see, she doesn't have very much because we don't have very much. Food and household, we decided to just put all that together. Because normally when she shops, she just puts everything in one lump sum, and she didn't want to have to mess with breaking it out, and she didn't feel like we really needed to track all that. So unless it starts getting a little bit crazy and she starts overspending and stuff like that, we're just going to group it together. And in the event that it does become an overspending issue and become kind of, a little more difficult to track and stay on budget, then we will definitely be revisiting breaking those out so that we can better track where exactly is the money being overspent at. So for now, this month, we budgeted $220, and that is a little bit more than previous months. She felt like she needed just a little bit more in her budget for these things, and especially for household, because she needed a few extra things this month. So she's already spent $163.02, and so she has $56.98 left out of the $220. For gas, she budgeted $65, and we took into account the different events that were going on this month, but we did have a death in the family. My dad, who passed away, his older brother passed away, and so she did make an extra trip out across town to go be with family the day that he passed. So that ended up being a little bit of extra gas that was spent that we did not really expect to do. But that's neither here nor there. You know, she had the money in her budget to put gas anyway. So we budgeted $65, and she has spent $54.01 so far. For spending money, as you guys can see here, she only has $5 left in her budget, and that's including eating up all the rollover. So, and that's assuming she gets her TRS money at the end of the month, and that is including her business income that she has received. She does not have any spending money in her budget with the money that she spent here on business items that she bought. So we changed that to 0 for now. We'll see how it trends at the end of the month. For next month, if she makes any more income this month, then maybe she can take some of that and use that for spending money. We also have the money that is built up into this buffer here for the electric bill that we could pull a little bit from as well. She should have $290 this month in there saved up. We know that her bill is only $63 every single month, so we could pull a little bit out of there to put back in her budget should we need. So that is where we will get the money from if we are over budget, because that's the only place we have money left to pull from. So that's how that will work. Then this was $14.32 that we used to, that was her portion of the flowers that we bought for the family, from our family to our family. So that was that. So we'll get in just to update some of the spending here. So we paid rent on the 1st, $877. We paid our utilities for $112.66. She did make a trip to buy groceries and some household items at Walmart, and that was $95.78. She spent a little bit of money on some business expenses. We'll just go through those real quick. So this was shipping with Pirate Ship, $443. She bought some more embroidery thread to make more items, and that was $33.45. She bought some fabric to make some items. That was $27.66 at Joann's. She bought a design on Etsy for $2.06. She paid for an event registration for another craft show that we're doing in June. So we're trying to get ready for that. So we have like about a month away to go. So the event registration was $44. So we went ahead and paid that. Walmart for another business expense, and I'm not sure exactly what this was, but this was $578. Month ahead and sinking funds, this was the money that we pulled out to save, so that was $13.49 for both. On May 4th, she spent $8.32 at McDonald's. So her food and household category is, we named it food, and that encompasses whether it's eating out or buying groceries and buying household products like cleaning supplies, trash bags, paper towels, stuff like that. That is going to be all in one category for her. So we're trying to make it as easy as possible. And we thought, okay, so whether she buys groceries or eats out, let's just put it all in one category, and then she can use that however she wants. So she chose to use it $8.32 at McDonald's. Buc-ee's, she put gas for $29.51. Walmart, she bought a couple more items for $5.33 at Walmart. Then she returned something at Walmart for $2.10. Then she bought another purchase at Walmart for $7.20 for some vinyl for something she was making. She tithed, and that was $165. She made another purchase at Walmart for $11.75 for some cardstock. And then she bought some more groceries at Walmart for $24.92. And she paid her light bill for $63. She had another shipping purchase for $8.74 from Pirate Ship. And then the flowers from Us to the Family was $83.32. We reimbursed her $69, so she paid the difference of $14.32 as her portion. So May 9th was the day that she went and visited with the family, and they had lunch on the day that my uncle passed. So that was $23.74 for her to have lunch with the family. Kroger, this was some food items that she bought at Kroger for $7.03. Buc-ee's for gas again for $24.50. She paid her internet bill for $50. And then she cashed in some rewards on her credit card for $25 that she put towards her business category to offset some of the spending there. So that is all of the spending so far this month. Most of it has been business related because we did the craft show this past weekend. We're planning on doing another craft show next month because she needs a little bit of time to make some more items. So hopefully the next show will not be a bust and she can make some extra cash. But that's how we're looking right now. So we're looking like if we get all this income in as we hope, if she spends all of this money like this and this, if she spends all her money she has left in her budget, which is $87.90, that would be the difference of $93.44 minus $87.90. That would be how much she has left in her bank account at the end of the day. So a couple bucks. So yeah, money is tight, but we were still able to contribute some to sinking funds. So that's a blessing. And I mean, that's really it. So hopefully we don't overspend in our categories, because that's all we have. If we overspend in our categories, we would be overdrawing our bank account at this point. And as you can see, she has $5.54 left in her budget. And that is not including really any spending money. So that's how that's going. So a tight month this month, but we're going to make it through. We'll see how it goes and ends up. So stay tuned for her cash stuffing. We'll be cash stuffing bills and sinking funds. And then stay tuned for this budget. We'll be doing an update at the end of the month in the next 2 weeks for her budget closeout. And yeah, that'll be it for today's video. So if you guys like this video or like this content, please leave me a thumbs up. Please, if you guys want to keep watching, hit that subscribe button. You already stayed this long and watched the video, just subscribe already. Subscribe, leave a comment, let us know how you're doing on your budget. Take your budget out and budget with us. Let's do it together. We can all help each other out. If you guys have questions or comments, leave it in the comment section. You guys know what to do. Hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload a new video. Trying to get back on track here because life has been lifing. So hopefully we'll be back on track after this week, and we can be putting these videos out regularly for you guys so you guys can keep up with us and we can keep up with you. So until the next one, guys, we'll talk soon. Bye.